game. Don't play with my name. You come with your goals, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking.
Today, from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Mason Crosby of the Packers has it teed up, and off we go from Lambeau. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. These two teams, you may remember, they met in Minnesota earlier in the year with the Vikings coming out victorious. So a victory here in Lambeau would give them a sweep of the season series. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Cook. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. To throw is Cousins. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Well, I'm not quite sure how he got away from that first tackler, but he won't even be able to get it back to the line of scrimmage there as the defense rallies behind him. Well, the Vikings sit 8-7, a game over 500 on the year. Well, they were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw complete there to Smith. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. But down here near the goal line, you don't think of a cornerback in run coverage, but he made the stop.
Yeah, most of the cornerbacks we know, they want to be those pass defenders and take away one half of the field. But the best ones in the game are the complete cornerbacks, able to tackle and run support, as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, Cook. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. They'll run for it with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, that's his 18th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here we go with the Packer offense guided by their decorated QB with a long list of Pro Bowls and other accolades next to his name, of course. Aaron Rodgers leading the way.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at the 34. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. The numbers on the ground for Jones last week, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
From the 39, Rodgers. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. They're already trailing here in this first quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. Well, they coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go. But when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. That's complete to Lazard. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Now Rodgers. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game.
Oh, this is blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. The Vikings on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time they face a 3rd and 2. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. And this will be taken at the 13. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Open man left side, it's the tight end Tunyon. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
And as you saw right there, this is a guy with pretty good speed for a tight end. Nice job there, catching the short throw and turning it upfield. He can also be a weapon downfield as well.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Now a leaping catch, he's got it. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Sammy Watkins from 8 yards out. And the Packers have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Crosby with the extra point. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Especially since a touchdown here. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 30 yards there. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Gonna look deep for Wilson.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Stokes.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this 1st half. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be gathered up in the end zone, and that's a defensive touchdown. Once that ball was loose, the question was, would this be 2 or would it be 6? It's 6. The defense able to pounce on it.
And for the offense, the training didn't really kick in, did it? Once that ball comes loose, you've got to get on it, make sure that you recover it, or make sure you punch it out of the end zone. Anything but give it to the defense to score a touchdown.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and that will give him the lead here as we get on towards halftime. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Packers with a football here late in this 1st half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the 1st half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Rodgers now on 1st down. Eyes the... And oh, he coughed it up! And the Vikings pick up the football. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there.
And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half. And they'll start with a short field following that turnover as they look for points here before the break. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan when trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Two quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Well, the Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
It was Danielle Hunter to make the play in the backfield.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. That's complete to Cobb. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. 3rd and 7 now. Shotgun now for Rodgers. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Up the middle, Jones. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
To throw again on second down, Rodgers. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. Rodgers now to throw. And he will throw this one out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
The kick by Crosby is good, and they have regained the lead. After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. He's at the 40, past the 20, and he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Minnesota. Joseph now to have the PAT. He's got it, and it's now a 21-16 lead. Well, we talk a lot about explosive plays on offense. How about an explosive play on special teams? Certainly one there on the kick return for a touchdown. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Second down, they go right back to Cook.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
And Wilson with it, complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Back now at Lambeau. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Dancing to his left. for the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
They run the counter with Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Vikings look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a fourth quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Joseph connects on the extra point,
and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
taking it about the 1. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
Rodgers now on first down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
And Danielle Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
I know we spent a lot of time talking about how the defensive backs read routes and make plays on the football. How about a good linebacker? Feeling the route, seeing the quarterback, jumps the play, and knocks it away. Really well done.
Now Rodgers, gotta have this one.
They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Well, down 2 scores in the fourth quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time. So now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield. Unfortunately, it didn't work.
They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
44 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is second and less than a yard. Now Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown Vikings. 2 yards on the touchdown there.
And the Vikings are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. So an important touchdown right there is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator. And they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the fourth quarter. And I don't see them looking back.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that will make this a 19-point game. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Packers ready to take over offensively. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Rodgers' throw here pulled in by Lazard. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Working from the gun, Rodgers. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now it's Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. And again, it's Rodgers. Finds Lazard quickly on the slant. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On first down, Rodgers. Tunyon's got it on the out. And he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. There he goes left side. 20. 10. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. On the delay, Jones. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it,
Brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. So after the INT, it's Rodgers.
Pass to Lazard, bringing it in on the crossing route.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Cobb.
On the move past the 40.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Minnesota,
they moved to 9-7 on the year with